What is up, guys? It is the Sportster Bradley Walker, and welcome to the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Radio, part of NGSC Sports, and being aired on Coast to Coast Entertainment. So, guys, welcome in, guys. It's Thursday. I took last week off for my birthday. Yours truly turned 38 last Thursday. And we will not have a show next week because I will be in Orlando on vacation. So we will not have a show next week. But we do have the honor of having Sean Masse and Murray Alford, part of USF Rugby, on this evening. So we'll be bringing them on here in just a few seconds. But before I do that, the Walker Report is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website, arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Guys, we are also sponsored by creatingzenspaces.com. It is the current choice in St. Petersburg, Florida, for house cleaning, organization, decluttering, and pet sitting. It's about finding the peace within you and adding comfort to your life. And guys, remember, Zen Spaces begins with you. Be kind to yourself and one another. Guys, we also, every show will be aired on our YouTube channel, The Sportster Bradley Walker. Head over there. Please like, share, and subscribe. That would be awesome for that, to build that channel over there as well. But guys, let me go ahead and get into this. Let me bring my co-hosts on here real quick. Lewis, good evening.
Hey, Brownie, how was your birthday?
It was good. Thank you for that. I haven't heard from Adam all day, so I wonder if he's going to be here or not. Because I haven't heard from him all day. He usually responds to me, so I don't know if he's not here this evening or unavailable. So, you know what? The show must go on. So we will have the show must go on. So, all right. We have our two guests, so I'm going to go ahead, Lewis, and bring them on so we can do that real quick. So let me put the logo up behind me there, put the rugby logo up behind me. And all right, so let's welcome in Mr. Sean Masse, and Murray seems to be away. There he is. Welcome in, gentlemen. How are we doing this evening?
Well, thank you. How are you?
Good, very good.
Good. How you doing, man?
Good. Well, I'm happy I finally get you guys on here. I've been trying to get to a game, but I know you guys have. It's good to have you finally on here already. Finally have you on here.
Yeah, COVID kind of cut our last season short, and obviously this year we're just ramping back up. So the more games to come shortly.
Good. Well, guys, I mean, you want to go ahead and tell us about the program and how everything is going for you guys?
Sure. Murray, you want me to go first, or you want to go?
I'll let you take it away.
Yeah. So basically, we're just kicking off our 2021-2022 season now. Obviously, we got cut short last year in March when COVID kicked off. At the time, we were number one in the state. We were beating teams 100-0, 100-5. You know, kind of unreal scores for rugby. So we were having a good time last year. We got cut short, obviously, and now we're sort of ramping back up, rebuilding the team. We lost a lot of key components to our team, but we have a good base. So currently we've been in sevens training, which is sort of the quicker, faster game, which is in the Olympics. We just had our competition tournament this past weekend, which we placed third in. We lost in a semifinal. And our premier side and our open side came in first place, actually, which is our development side. And now we're transitioning into 15s, which is like the game most people probably see. So that's sort of where we're at right now.
Cool.
Gentlemen, sorry I'm so late.
Hey, Adam. We're out with you.
Yeah, and Sean, you guys won the Rugby South Championship in 2009 and 2011, right? I think I read that. You guys won.
Yeah. Those. So we won in 2009 and 11. We've had some other Final Fours and Elite Eight championships as well. We've been to. We never cracked the national title, but we've come real close a few times. 2011 was actually my last year playing for USF. I played from 06 to 2011, and I started coaching in 2014. So Murray, who was our team president, he's been on the team since I think 2017, and we won the state twice, come real close to getting to national. So he can kind of expand on that if you want him to.
Yeah, we won the state title in 15s for the first time in a while in 2019, and then won sevens as well in the same year, I think. And then in 2020, we were gearing up to make another run at a state title, and we'd actually got an offer to go compete for a national title as well, and we're doing very well. And then in March, well, you guys know how that ended
It
up.
all went to shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. The way that I became a rugby fan is I watched Invictus. Okay, I'm gonna admit that. I watched that. And I am a Springbok fan, and they just came off of winning a rugby world title, but 2 years ago I think they won it.
2019, yes sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I watched them beat England. I think that's who they played in the final, right? They beat England in the final.
32-12, but who keeps track?
Yeah. Ask you how, just how many.
I have to ask Murray. Does anyone? Because I know the New Zealanders are the only ones that do the haka. Does anyone in the college level, do that to you guys for just to kind of spook you guys a little bit before a match?
No, you don't really see that too much in American teams. I think some teams in Hawaii might try something like that with the Polynesian influence that they have, but no, not in the States. You definitely don't get much of that.
Okay, it's actually funny. It's actually funny you mention it. You don't really see it in the States because it's a little bit disrespectful to do a haka if you don't have Polynesians, people from Pacific Islanders on your team. And in 2009, we played Middlebury, which is a small school from I think Connecticut or Vermont, in the Elite Eight tournament, and they did a haka before our match. They happened to beat us, which kind of sucked, but they did a haka before the match, and they were all white. No Islanders.
Wow.
So that was kind of an interesting. They stopped doing it after that year, apparently.
Okay.
Is rugby popularity growing here in the States? And because I don't really think we see a lot of pro teams. I think they're very scattered around here in this country. But do you see it growing? Is popularity growing here in the U.S.?
Yes, absolutely. So rugby actually got a professional league for the first time an established professional league in the States for the first time in 2018, and it's kind of been growing since then. And obviously, it took a little bit of a hit due to COVID. Now it's still quite small. It is growing a bit, but they're still needing to get some title sponsors and whatnot. They do attract a couple bigger names that are at the end of their playing career. So there's a couple of big names from New Zealand and Australia that are currently playing pro league rugby in the States, but they're in the twilight of their career almost. As far as the growth of the sport in the state of Florida, I think there's something over 90 different rugby clubs. So it's quite big in Florida and California, and then up in the Northeast, there's some pretty big. There's a big following of it, but it is growing. It is growing.
The school that I went to had a rugby team. I went to a little school in Michigan, and they had a rugby team.
What school was that?
Oakland University.
Mm-hmm.
Just outside of Auburn Hills, where the Pistons used to play.
Gotcha.
So you guys are getting ready to start your sevens. If you guys don't know, sevens is a lot faster.
Sevens, yes.
Sevens go a lot faster. I've seen sevens on TV, and I'll be honest with you, Sean and Murray, I'd rather watch 15s. No offense to anybody that plays sevens.
I like sevens.
15s are it's beautiful to watch if rugby's played the right way.
Yeah.
And every country, of course, has their own style. New Zealand's are more powerful. South Africa, they all, Australia, they use their power. Then you have England and France who use their finesse, and so it's beautiful to watch. But I'm more of a 15 guy than I am sevens. But
I like international sevens. Watching the English Premier League sevens. Wales and England and Ireland.
Yeah, sevens. What you'll find is you can get away with having athletes because there's a lot more room, so you can just get the ball to the athletes and they'll run around everyone. But in 15s, you need actual rugby players. So that's the US is actually pretty decent in sevens. They can hold their own. They've got some obviously phenomenal athletes, guys who let's say didn't quite make it in the NFL, but put them in any other sports category. That they're just that premier sort of athlete, and that's kind of what the US does with their sevens. Is they take these athletes who didn't make it in the NFL or didn't make it in like hockey or something like that, and then train them up in rugby and put them on the field, and they can just run circles around people. But then once you get to the 15s, it's a little bit harder to get away with that. You obviously still need that level of athlete, but that's when rugby IQ becomes such a big impact.
Yeah, I think that's true in all sports.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what is your guys' honest opinion on the NFL? Like, I know a lot of rugby players are like, yeah, those are a bunch of pansies. They wear pads, and they rugby was the beginning, and football branched off of that. So I have to ask you guys, how do you really feel about the pro level or any kind of football for that matter?
I got my thoughts on that, but I'll let Masse answer this.
I would say because Murray, obviously he's got a little bit of an accent. Didn't grow up in the U.S. So American football probably wasn't his first sport being played. I played American football until high school, until I was a senior in high school, and came to rugby at USF actually. But I would never say football is not as tough. I mean, I've never been hit harder than playing American football because you use your pads and your helmet as weapons basically. Where in rugby, you're sort of protecting the player a little bit more. You can't tackle anybody above the shoulders. You must wrap up in a tackle. You can't shoulder charge people. It's a penalty. You can't hit anybody while they're in the air. So there is some sort of like they have some protections for players in rugby. Now, that being said, you are not wearing pads. You're not wearing a helmet. You're not wearing shoulder pads, generally speaking. If you are wearing any kind of pads, they're very thin. So you are open for injury. But I mean, you definitely get hit hard. But I mean, I love American football. I love college football. I'm a USF fan, unfortunately, at this point. And I love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's my team. I grew up in Tampa, so I love football as much as I like rugby. But playing rugby is it's a totally different thing. I would much rather play rugby any day of the week than play football. It's a sport, and everyone says it, but it's a sport for any player of any size, any athletic ability, any speed, whatever it is. It's so inclusive to the population, and it's a great game to be a part of.
Yes, but isn't it more physical and a little bit more, shall we say, I should use the term violent, but it's more physical than football, I would take. I mean, because more contact. That's what I should say.
It can be, and the thing is, you have a starting 15 players on each side, and those 15 players generally play the entire match. We have subs. We'll rotate 6 or 7 guys in, but once the guy leaves the game, the other guy's in. So it's not this rotational thing where guys come in and out. You have to be extra fit. The knowledge of the game has to be high. And it's definitely one of those games. It's a much more thinking game than football is, except for maybe at the quarterback position or something like that. But, Murray probably has his opinion on it too.
Yeah, I actually also played American football in high school. When I first moved to America, it was pretty tough to find a rugby team to join. So I was like, all right, well, football is the next best thing. There's contact there, and I can get a little bit of a run in too. So, I got to give football players credit. I think part of why I love rugby so much is I'm a competitor. I love a challenge, and I love being pushed. And it's the same with football. Like you've still got to compete. You still got to get after it. So it's the competitor side of me really enjoyed the sport. But at the end of the day, I think football is a lot more explosive. So fast twitch muscles. Yes. It's like 5 to 8 seconds of just all out, and then you get like a 45-second break. And I didn't quite enjoy that, but the people who play football at those higher levels, they're just absolutely insane athletes. What they're capable of doing, it's very impressive. Their sprints, like you watch them in the combine. Some of the guys like repping 225 pounds for like 60 reps. You're like, holy crap, that's impressive.
Right.
But as far as to answer your question about the physicality of rugby, it is physical. You still got to make the tackles as in football, but I wouldn't say football is like very head-on-head collision. It's very up and down the field sort of thing. Whereas in rugby, I'd say it's prolonged collisions where it's more hits over a longer period of time, but maybe not necessarily as head-on and as down the field as
Yeah, because they do actually show some 7-7 matches here in the States occasionally. So,
Yep.
I was trying to
Yeah,
think
they
because
do
I've
more.
heard that rugby was more physical, or maybe just confused that with Australian rules football, which I thought was kind of
So-
like a cousin of that.
So if you're looking for the physical side of rugby, I wouldn't watch sevens. It's 15s.
Okay.
The physical side of rugby is definitely 15s. You can in 15s you got bigger guys that play 15s. It's also a lot more people on the field, so it's going to be a lot more hits.
Yeah,
Whereas
a lot
in
more
sevens,
I think to Massey's point, and I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I think what he was saying is that rugby players play with more control over their body because they don't have that protection like an American football player would. And so with that reckless abandon where you're just throwing yourself around, rugby players play with a lot more control, and so it's not those collisions like in football are much more violent because you have that extra level of security. Whereas rugby players, they're exposed. So when you go in to make a tackle, you have to make a tackle properly because you're not only are you inflicting punishment, but you're receiving just as much punishment.
yeah, that's true. Actually, funny you talk about comparing football tackling to rugby tackling. Pete Carroll, the head coach for the Seattle Seahawks, actually they're playing right now.
Yeah,
A couple of years ago, brought in some professional rugby coaches to kind of re-educate his players on proper tackle form. And it's one of those things where it's rugby tackling. You have to be safe with it because you can't afford to take yourself out of a game because the subs are such a crucial. Like we only get 7 subs in rugby, so you have to be very tactical with the way you sub. So if you're taking yourself out of the game because you wanted to absolutely hit someone, but the cost of that is, okay, now I've popped my shoulder out or now I've got a concussion and I can't play the rest of the game, and now you kind of screw the team over because now they got to make a sub for you.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting. Pete Carroll brought in rugby coaches to teach his football players how to tackle with proper form for player longevity and safety.
It's actually,
and I think
it's actually something that we have to really dig down on when we have new players join the team, because a lot of guys come from football or they come from non-contact sports and they have watched football, and so they try to make tackles like you would in American football game, which is a lot of times head to the chest or head in front of the body. And in rugby, if you put your head in front of the body, you're getting knocked out or you're breaking your jaw or whatever it is. And we've had guys had that happen to. It's going to happen in a game in a contact sport, but it's something we're really particular on, and we drill down on tackling, especially when we get into the 15 season, quite a bit.
Yep.
And I was gonna say, I think that it's a proper tackling technique as far is something what I wanted to say and it slipped my mind, and I just thought about it was 60, 70 years ago, Vince Lombardi is you watch him on film, on those old NFL films, and he's screaming about nobody's tackling, everybody's grabbing, grab. It's something that it's been a bugaboo in the NFL since day one. Is everybody flying around trying to throw that big hit and that woo hit, and I think that that's kind of the way you play rugby, and when you play rugby, like in the NFL. American football, but at pretty much every level, college, high school, college, and on up, the ball goes forward, and with rugby, you can go any way you want. You can go forward, you can go backward, you can go side to side, and so when you play rugby, it's about positioning yourself, not necessarily like you said, like chess. It's not that next play. It's 3 plays down the field. You're gonna kick it off, and you're gonna kick it over to the other side, and you're gonna move forward, and they're gonna get it, and you're gonna position yourself so that when you get that chance to make the play, you're in the position that you needed to be. You started your movement three moves ago.
Yeah. You're correct there entirely, with the exception of the forward pass. We can't throw the ball forward.
No, I didn't. No, not a forward pass, but you can move the ball. You can kick the ball forward.
Yeah, we can kick.
That's
the ball
what I
forward,
meant.
And you're right. You're right though. It is like you're looking for what's developing in front of you, and a lot of times what's developing is the pressure you're putting on the defense will make the defense do the things you want it to do. You'll compress the defense inwards, and then you'll see space open up on the outside. So the whole goal is, you're like an accordion a lot of times, where you're compressing the defense and getting them to draw into the rucks, and then you get the ball into space outward. So yeah, it's not just the next play, it's 2 plays, 3 plays, 4 plays up, and these plays there's no planning them. It's
on the fly.
Continually moving game, and it's never stopping, and we're unless there's a penalty or infraction. But yeah, I mean, I think you're spot on there.
It's a lot like hockey or soccer in that way, whereas you're constantly moving, you're constantly setting up the next rush or the next breakout, and so when you're playing rugby, I've only played a handful of pickup rugby games with some friends in college, but playing a lot of soccer growing up and a lot of video games, playing the rugby video game is a lot of fun. I played that a little bit. And it was setting up those things where you want to move the ball forward, but there are too many, so you just kick it away, and you get one of your fast players down there to go get it, and he laterals it to somebody else who's maybe bigger, and so he takes 3 guys on and he gets tackled. Well, he laterals it back to the fast guy, and he gets 5 or 10 yards, and then he laterals it, and it's that constantly that chunk plays, like you might say in the NFL. It's working, in the NFL, you're going downfield, or in American football, it's linear. American football is very linear. It's forward, and everything is going from the line of scrimmage forward. Well, in rugby, it's the epicenter from the ball. It can radiate out anyway.
Right.
I think that makes rugby so fascinating, is the fact.
I was going to say, you was talking earlier about USF football. I've been had the pleasure of covering them the last 4 years from the press box at Raymond James Stadium, and Jeff Scott's got his hands full. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully they give him some time. I don't know. I'm not be 100% sure how that's going to go, because they started off very slow this year. Every game this year, they've been off to a slow start. They let people get in front of them. And the second half, they come out and they make adjustments, and then they get close, but they can never get over the top. So I don't know how Coach Scott's going to fix that moving forward.
We got a couple of rugby players you could use if you want.
I was going to say, maybe you guys can go sneak into a meeting room and give them some advice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a season ticket holder to the football games too, so I mean, I want nothing more than for them to be successful. But I think you got to play the long game here. Hopefully with some of this infrastructure improvement they're doing with potential stadium and IPF and all that can bring some life into the program, because it's been a while. I started school when USF ramped up. I started in 06, and it was growthy, and beating all those teams through the growth years, and then I was there when Skip came, and cried when Skip came, and so, I've been there from the get-go, and I'm waiting for USF football to get their stuff in order.
Yeah,
Skip dragged the program through the mud. He did a mess to that program. Mm-hmm. Charlie Strong came in, and Strong had or Taggart came in after him. He did okay, and then Charlie came. I was the first year that I got credentials was the year that they went 7-0 to start the season.
Was that with Quinton Flowers?
Yeah. Then they lost 6 games in a row after that. They went to Houston and got embarrassed the same day that Florida played Georgia, and they just got killed by Houston, and then it went downhill from there. And
wait, that was the year after Quinton Flowers, wasn't it? Because Quinton Flowers was when they played at UCF, and that was such a fun game to watch because it was so back and forth, but ended up losing that one.
Yeah, that was the best game and the worst game of my entire life.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, last year's USF game wasn't bad. I didn't give them a lot of credit. I'm like, I'll admit this. I was in the press box. They were down, I think, in the third quarter. I'm like, I'm leaving, and I left, and I get in the car, and all of a sudden I hear Jim Lauk on the radio with Sam Barrington, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, here they come. They're scoring touchdowns, and I'm like, damn it, I left, and now they're going to win. They're going to come back and win this game, and I left.
Yeah.
They fumbled the ball late, unfortunately, and lost the game. But I'm hoping this year they beat UCF at their house. That would be so nice to
At the
stick
bounce house.
with UCF.
Yeah.
I mean, Murray, do you guys play UCF in rugby? Is that you guys play in conference, or is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's a big game for us. We haven't lost to them since 2018. So
Nice.
that's pretty big for us. Yeah.
That was your first year, wasn't it?
No, that was my second year. But yeah, we actually that season we lost to them during the regular season, and because of that, they got a seed higher than us and ended up being able to go on and like try for a national title. They ended up losing in that. I think they made it to like the quarterfinals or something like that and lost in the quarterfinals. And then we ended up playing them for the state title and beat them for the state title. But I think we beat them by like 40 points or something like that. So we lost to them by 1 point. It was a devastating loss. And then we rallied the troops and came back and beat them for a state title. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, they lost to I think it was Dartmouth.
Yeah,
they lost to Dartmouth in a quarterfinal, and then came back home to play for a state championship, and we beat them by 20 points. It was like 42-20 or something like that at the end of the game. I think.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Anyway.
Yeah. And then last year was that the last game we played, Murray, before COVID?
Yeah.
We beat them. I think maybe that was last year. It was 42-20 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
I think that was the closest game.
The other state schools like Florida State, Miami, you guys play them too?
Yep.
You have rugby teams too? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so
pretty much every school in the state has a team. And so they've been in a lot of teams. Some teams have been in and out of the Florida conferences and kind of backed out. So, like for example, Miami used to be center. They used to be playing with all the teams, and they sort of backed out because of travel issues. And if you're in Miami and you have to go to FSU, it's a long day, especially when you're technically a club and you're getting funded very minimally by the school. But they're back in the fold now, and so Miami's back. Every year we play FSU, UCF, Florida, UNF, FAU, FIU, FGCU just backed out. But their schools also like Eckerd and West Florida.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta take this, so I'm just gonna mute and you guys continue. It was nice to meet you. If y'all go before I get back, hopefully you can come back on the show again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, man.
So you said, Sean, you guys played Florida Gulf Coast. They just backed out, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they just before the season they decided to back out for I don't know what the reason is, but they jumped out of the conference. So our conference is called the Florida Collegiate Conference, and they were supposed to be here at the competition, the sevens competition last week, and backed out. And I don't think they'll be playing in the spring. So we have 6 competition matches in the spring. 3 of which will be at USF, and I think 3 other ones away.
You guys start 15s in the spring, right? Is that when our 15s start?
Yeah. So our actual competition matches are going to be in the spring, but we're ramping up with friendlies in the fall. So I believe in the next month or so we'll be playing Eckerd, UCF. The Tampa Crew, which is a men's team in Tampa who've been to the national championship a few times. We'll be playing them. We're sort of connected to them, as a lot of USF guys will end up going to the Tampa Crew after college. Yeah. And then we're going to have an alumni match on November 5th, which is Friday, at USF on the Sycamore Fields. So if anybody wants to come out and watch rugby, at any time you see a rugby match at USF, it's free. And you can just come out and hang out. It's a good time.
The alumni matches are also the fun ones to watch because that's the chance that all the players get to hit Masse. So we always look forward to that.
I stay on the wing away from everybody. Too old to get hit.
No, I seriously need to get out there. I know, Sean, I've been talking to you for a couple of years now, and like I said, I've gotten the opportunity to cover USF football the last 4 years, and the funny thing is, guys, last year, during the COVID year, I went to the first USF home game at Raymond James Stadium, and there were no fans.
Yeah.
And let me tell you how eerie that is to go to a college football game with nobody there to cheer for you. Because of the pandemic, obviously, they weren't allowed to allow fans in there. And, we still have to wear a mask in the press box. We have to wear it at all times, which that's okay with me because I, get to watch USF football. And it's great. Like I said, I was born and bred a University of Florida Gator fan since I came out of the womb. My late uncle, is a big Gator fan, so he pumped blue and orange into me. But the other half of my body's green and gold, and I've taken into USF over the past couple years. Again, following the program, I got to talk to Sean on Twitter, with the rugby team. And again, rugby is, a sport that not a lot of people know about, because if you don't play it, you're not a fan of it. It's not something that a lot of people watch, but I love it. I think it's a beautiful game. I don't care if it's 7s or 15s. It's a beautiful game to watch. And I'm definitely going to get out in the next couple weeks. I'm going on vacation next week, but I'm definitely going to try to make it out to, at least not during the fall, but in the spring. I'm definitely going to go out there and watch you guys, because, like I said, I like to and especially if you guys are playing UCF, because I definitely will boo them. So guys, so I'll boo them to, But here's a funny story. So I covered USF for the website that I write for. The year after I covered USF, and the guy goes, "You want to cover UCF?" I go, "No."
Good man. Good man.
I'm not covering the enemy. That's the enemy. No, not covering the Knights. And everybody that walks up to me all the time says that. Oh, this is going to be this. No. UCF. No, UCF doesn't exist. I know they're a big university in Orlando, but no. I'm a USF guy. There's no way there you go. Horns up. I'm not. No way will I ever cover the Knights. That's not happening. Not in my lifetime.
They're always. Obviously the football team those games haven't been as fun recently, but even the rugby matches though, they're always more fun. They're always great because that rivalry carries to all the sports, and we feel it exactly the same way here. The only difference is after a match, rugby is a little bit different culture wise. It's not like hey, screw you guys after we finish playing.
Right.
You host the team and you have a social afterwards, and you shake hands afterwards, and you guys are buddies off the field. On the field, though, man, there's nothing we want to do more than beat UCF. All the teams in Florida, but that one specifically, and it's always a beater. Every time we play those guys, it's always a tough match. They're a good squad. They have a good coach. So definitely, if you're thinking about coming out, that'll be a good game to come to next semester. Yes. I think it's at home. I'm not sure, but that one's always good.
I think it's actually there.
Oh, is it?
It's a Friday night game. Yeah, but those games, as a player, you can always tell when our big games are coming up, because coaches just push us extra hard the week off. It's like when we're playing UCF just before COVID hit, it was pretty fun. It was a Friday night game. But all leading up to that, like the film session and then the trainings afterwards, we were ramping up, and it felt like you could feel the anticipation mounting. And then when the game came and we got to play it, it was pretty satisfying, very rewarding.
Sure.
Well, gentlemen, do you have anything else to add? I definitely, like Sean was saying, guys, if you are out there, if you are in my area, Lewis is in New Jersey, Adam's in Tennessee, so I'm the only one that's a local here in the Tampa Bay area. But anyone out there, if you guys want to go out and watch rugby, not only that, just go out and watch USF Sports. That's what we're trying to do. There was a podcast that I ran with one of my co-hosts called Bullseye, and it was all USF athletics. We talked mostly about football and basketball. Those are the biggest two that the university obviously has. But we talked about the baseball team and the softball team and all that stuff. So now he has moved back to North Carolina. The funny thing is we got Michael Kelly on. We talked to Michael, so we talked to your AD. Talked to Michael Kelly, and I asked him specifically, this was before they got the money for the new training area that they just built for the football team. I said, hey, Mike, I said, Mr. Kelly, I said, hey, everybody in this area, in the Tampa Bay area, because I grew up here. I've been born and raised in St. Petersburg. What's any news on the stadium, on an in-campus stadium? He's like, as of right now, he goes, that isn't even in our cards. That's not even in our. But then I heard someone say today that they now have that's ramped back up again. I don't know exactly, because So you guys play on near the campus, right? In Tampa, is that where you guys play off Fletcher or Fowler Avenue? Is that where you guys play?
We actually play on Sycamore Fields, which are right off Sycamore Drive and on campus.
Okay.
Right now, sometimes the school will move us to Magnolia or to Fowler Fields, where they'll throw the goalposts up there.
Okay.
But normally we play on Sycamore as of now.
Okay. Yeah. So I asked AD Kelly yesterday. So he goes, yeah, we're only about, I think he said at the time they were only $2 million short of the indoor practice facility, and then they got the grant shortly after our interview. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I got to talk to Michael Kelly before that all happened, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, it was a nice podcast. We interviewed Sam Barrington. We interviewed a couple past basketball players, and unfortunately, Larry moved to North Carolina and he can't do it anymore. So, but that was kind of the goal. I was trying to get you guys on that show because it was an all USF athletics show, and it would have been kind of cool to have you guys. But I appreciate you guys coming on and talking to us tonight. I really do, honestly. And I'll leave the link up every week, Sean. If you want to come on and you want to bring another Murray, you're more than welcome to come back on, or any of the other players as we get further closer to your matches. You guys can come on. You're more than welcome to come on anytime. So let me know.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us on here. And like we said before, if anyone wants to come to games, they're free. We've been a club since 1969, and we celebrated our 50th anniversary the year before COVID hit. Had a huge number of alumni come. Had a Hall of Fame class, and we've been around for a long time, and we would love to see more USF fans at our games supporting us. So yeah, thanks for having us on. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome, gentlemen. Like I said, anytime, and you guys both have a good evening.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, that was very, very cool. Lewis, to have them on. Where would you like to go? There is a big controversy. Did you hear the whole controversy with the NSWL, the National Soccer League?
Mm-hmm.
What is your whole opinion on that? I guess there was a coach that sexually assaulted players.
Inappropriate behavior, sexual conduct, and they suspended all games last weekend. After they found out, and all teams did resume action yesterday. But what they did was they paused at the 6-minute mark because it represented the 6 years that they went through. Well, shall we say hell through with this schmuck that was the sexual behavior. Ludicrous, whatever you want to call it, and there was to take a moment of solidarity. We've had the controversy, with standing with solidarity when they were protesting with the anthem and that, which I'm not a fan of. But this was different. I mean, this was fighting for your rights because no one deserves to be treated like that. Any athlete, or if you're not an athlete, nobody deserves to be treated like that with that sexually explicit type of behavior. There's no need for that in sports or in other forms of life. And I think they did the right thing by that. I mean, it shows a lot of courage.
Well, Lewis, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I mean, it's here's the sickening thing. Excuse my language, but this shit's been going on for a long time.
Yes,
Larry Nassar with the Olympic team. There are some really. Unfortunately, there are some sick individuals out there that need to be taken out of sports because this is the kind of stories that we have to talk about. And then with the NWSL, I saw this come up the other day, and I'm like, what? I mean, the commissioner of the league has resigned. I think I saw something about that. So, I mean, to me, I hope it doesn't end up impacting the league and it folding. I hope it doesn't end up that way. Because that would suck for women's soccer because I know they fought so hard to have their own soccer league. And again, I used to cover the Orlando Pride on my other show. So I mean, they're part of that league. So I mean, I'm hoping that it doesn't end up folding the league. Hopefully they can get by this, but again, it's unbelievable. I guess Paul Riley is the guy that
Yes, Paul Riley is the one.
The
Yes.
sexual assault.
That's the culprit.
So, thanks, Paul, for sickening up a good league and for your dumbass shit that you pulled off, and that's sickening. And I hope that you get what's coming to you. Let me just leave it at that.
And my girl is on that. Is on the Orlando Pride.
Oh, Alex Morgan.
You got it.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Girl.
I like that. She's a good soccer player too. She's a hell of a soccer player.
I bet she is.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. But that caught my attention. I'm like, you know what? We got to talk about that because that's so sick that was going on. I'm glad, like you said, I'm glad they stopped the 6-minute mark as a protest. Good for them. Good on them. Hopefully the league, like I said, can move, heal. Obviously, you can't move on from something like this. You're going to have to heal. So it'll have to be a healing process for them. So
obviously, I think it made sense that they would do that before the game started. But I get the reason for why they did it at 6 minutes because remember the 6 years they went through that. I get it. I just thought, it'd be more sensible to take the moment, before you start the game, which is what people generally usually do. They pause almost before they start. Correct. So that was a bit unusual, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody set that up. Somebody must have told the players at the 6-minute mark, we're going to stop, so be prepared. We're going to stop at the 6-minute mark. But I thought I would bring that up that would come up. I want to talk real quick because I know this is old, but I was so happy with the Ryder Cup result. We beat a little European ass. We kicked their asses. That was an ass.
We kicked its ass.
Dustin Johnson 5-0. How about that? 5-0, first player to go 5-0 in a long time. It's been a long time since a single player's gone 5-0.
Yeah.
Colin Murakama, who I think was his partner in all of the 2-ball matches, he was good, all week long. I think that if we can get this team back or most of this team back when we go to Rome next year, or not next year in 2023, we have a good shot at beating them on their soil, which we don't usually do very much. We usually win here.
What about the President's Cup next year?
The President's Cup is next year. That's correct. So we'll be playing against the world outside of Europe. It'll be the rest of the world.
Oh, yeah.
The President's Cup. So the Ryder Cup, guys, if you're wondering, is in 2023 in Rome. And, of course, that's in Italy. So that's where the Ryder Cup is in 2023. Funny thing, Lewis, is I was off the day after the Cup ended on Monday. I was at the golf course playing golf, and I got an email for tickets for 2023 Ryder Cup. I'm like, it just ended yesterday, and we already have got tickets for 2023 already for Italy. But really,
on a related golf note, they're going to have like a one-on-one tournament between the Tom and Jerry of golf.
What? Speaking of Tom and Jerry, they hugged it out. Did you see it? They hugged it out.
Yeah, I know, but that was just for this. I think the war is back on.
Oh, no doubt.
Hey, how you doing, Brooksy? I'm gonna slam some of the ass with my golf club.
Yeah. No. I think they're gonna have a pay-per-view match. Are they not going to have?
No. It's gonna be through Turner Sports.
Oh, okay. I'll watch.
Brooksy. That's it.
I know there's gonna be some drama.
Oh yeah.
I know there'll be drama.
He's gonna pee on him.
Between those two, I know.
Seriously, I mean, DeShambo is going to. Brooks is going to pee on DeShambo, but at all costs.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know. They. Yeah. It's gonna be TV. It's gonna be right for TV. I mean that's a match that I think I think
sports soap opera since Connors and McEnroe.
There you go. I was gonna say you're gonna have like a Connors McEnroe type situation. Yeah,
I was serious.
I wouldn't say McEnroe Borg because none of them.
No.
Borg was all that laid back and cool, no attitude, no showing emotion. Brooks and Bryson, no, they both show emotion. So there's no There's no Breon Borg, and there's 2 John McEnroes in this equation. There's no Breon Borg.
I wonder if how it would work in a boxing match for those two. How would that work?
Oh, there you go. Celebrity
That'd be
boxing.
great. I mean, that's pretty. Or an MMA match. I mean, that's more of their style, I think, because they can't stand each other anyway, and they want to beat the hell out of each other.
That's true. That's true. Well, I
I'd
mean,
to see that myself.
Speaking of boxing, you have the Wilder fight on Saturday night. Fury Wilder 3.
I gotta stream it. I had to stream it.
I will be out for my friend's birthday, so I'll have to kind of catch it later on when I get home. I leave to go on my vacation the next day, so probably won't be up very late that night to watch the fight, but I'm sure I'll get the gist of it when I come back.
I can stream it. If I can stream it to that site, I'll be in luck.
The WNBA, Lewis, is in their playoffs, right? They're in their postseason, correct?
Yep. And the Liberty suck.
I haven't been keeping up. I know I saw something today that the Aces stayed alive in their series against
Game 5 tomorrow.
Game 5 tomorrow. Okay. So has anyone moved on to the next round, or
we're in the semifinals now?
Okay.
Well, actually, the other in the other final, Chicago is going to move on to the final.
Okay, Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
So who Seattle won last year, right? Who won the championship last year? Seattle, right? Seattle's out completely, right? They're out. Okay.
Seattle's.
It looks like it's Chicago and Connecticut and Phoenix.
They get lost. They get lost. So that's it. What a shame.
So you said Connecticut's out completely. So Chicago's in.
Yeah, and Connecticut was the better team all year, and they just
choked it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says tomorrow, Game 5, Mercury Aces, ESPN 2 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for that one. Okay, cool. I was looking at that. I read something about that the league is 99% vaccinated, so there's only a few.
Somewhere in the high relevance. I thought it was like 95, but if you say 99, I'll take that. I mean, most of the leagues are at 95, 98% capacity vaccination anyway.
Right.
And except maybe dodgeball, but that's not straight up together. I think they're like at about 9%. But
okay.
For a dodgeball and
there's a list on ESPN.com of the top 25 greatest WNBA players in league.
Yes.
So let me go ahead and read the list to you. Number 1, who do you think number 1 is? I'm gonna let you guess.
Me, my previous life. No. Diana.
There you go.
Diana.
Taurasi is number 1, ranked number 1 for me.
Yeah, one of my favorites. One of my favorite players.
Number 2 is Tamika Catchings.
Tamika, nice.
She's number 2. Number 3 is Cynthia Cooper. I think she's an older player there.
One of the first ones.
Number 4, probably my favorite player, Maya Moore. There's a player. There's a player right there. Number 5 is Lisa Leslie. She's another one of the originals.
5? Come on.
Yeah.
She got cheated. She got gypped.
Cheryl Swoops is another one. That should be up higher at 6.
Yes.
Yeah, she's one. Lauren Jackson from the Seattle Storm is 7. Sue Bird is 8. I don't know how she's so low on that list. Candace Parker is 9.
Good choice.
Number 10 is Sylvia Fowles of the Chicago Sky. She's currently with the Lynx. Playing with the Lynx. Elian Del Don. Am I pronouncing it?
Oh, yes. Don.
She's currently with the Washington Mystics. She's number 11. Brianna Stewart, who is one of the best college basketball players. She just you have Yolanda Griffith is number 13.
Good.
You have Simone Augustus. I remember her. She's number 14. Tina Thompson, one of the originals as well.
Yes.
She's on here at 15. 16 is Katie Smith. who I believe is also one of the originals, 99, started her career in 1999. So
Yes.
she did it in 2013. Brittany Griner, I know who that is. She's with Mercury. You have Tina Charles.
Charles.
Yep.
Like it.
Lindsay Whalen is number 19.
Mhm.
Angel McCourty. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correct.
I think it's McCourty.
A Cappy Poindexter is 21.
20, so we describe as a nerd, I think. That's what we call a nerd in high school, Poindexter.
22 is Nika Omama. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. OGWMIKE. She's number 22. Becky Hammond is 23. 24 is Rebecca Bruson. Looks like she started her career in 2004, ended in 2018. And number 25 is Penny Taylor. Again, she started her career in 2001, ended in 2006.
They forgot one.
Who is that? Who's that?
Rebecca Lobo. Shame on all of you.
And actually, you know what? Here's also receiving votes. She's not even listed down here. Here's the other people. They have Swin Cash, Candice Dupree, Komika Holzclaw, Tajay McDaniels Franklin, Elisha Milton Jones, Deanna Nolan, Tika Pinerio, Dawn Staley, Courtney Vandersloot, Teresa Weatherspoon, and AJ Wilson. Yeah, where is Rebecca Lobo? How did she not make this?
I can't believe she's not on that list. She's one of the original stars. She was a star at UConn, and
absolutely
gave her the chef. Are you?
And she's a WNBA analyst for ESPN, for crying out loud.
I put it in a game-winning shot you would not believe.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, LA Sparks against New York Liberty, 1999. Down to the last second, they needed a miracle shot to win the game. There was no chance for going for a tie. You had no chance in hell to do that. So she put up a desperation three with about a half a second left, and she hit. I'm like, what? What the hell was that? I mean, if Jack Buck was like, I don't believe what I just saw. I do not believe what I just saw. Well, Jack, if you had been there, you wouldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I saw I almost dropped dead.
Well,
Mike Green was going, she put in. I don't believe it.
The NBA, we're getting ready to kick the season off, right? The season's right around the corner from starting. Okay. So it looks like that the NBA announces that players won't be paid for missing games over COVID-19 vaccine mandates. So they're not going to be paying their players if you are missing because of COVID-related issues. They are not going to allow you to play.
And if you want to make things suck even more, LA has now joined the list of the mandates, and you had to be vaccinated in order to attend if you're over the age of 12 and whatnot. So they're joining New York and San Francisco.
Well, I know, Lewis, in New York, you have to wear a mask in a restaurant, right? Is that a mask mandate in New York?
Yes, you do, but you only had to be half vaccinated in New York to attend the Knicks games.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
San Francisco and LA, you have to have 2, or I think it was 200. I think, yeah, I think you need 200 shots. You need 2 for ones that they're going to instead of 1 for every year. You got to double it up. No. Well, you be like a porcupine.
Yeah. There you go.
San Francisco and LA, they recommend. Well, they don't recommend. They said you have to have both shots fully vaccinated. New York, only 1.
Only one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm half vaccinated myself.
Well, I mean, I understand that because I know when it all started last year, in March of last year, California was one of the states that got hit the hardest. So that's
New York was right up there.
New York was up there. Well, Florida was too. The 3 states and were all hit pretty hard.
Right.
But I completely understand the whole, having to be. I mean, I was at a concert last Saturday night at Amalie Arena where the Lightning play hockey, and there were some people in the arena wearing a mask, and that's okay. I'm not, I don't pay.
What was the concert?
98 Rock Fest. So it was hard metal rock bands.
Oh, so it wasn't just like one performer. It was a whole like festival.
No, there was 5 bands there. 5 bands played. Yeah.
Any established, or are they all up and comers?
Nope, they were all established. There was one of them that wasn't. I think is brand new. Dirty Honey was the band that was playing. They're brand new. I think they came in 2018, so they're brand new. They're
really new.
My favorite band is Shinedown. They were the headliners, so they've been around since like 2003. So yeah, they've been around for a long time.
Make me feel old now. Ugh.
No, because I just turned 38, Lewis. So no one, I'm not
51.
I'm not calling anybody old by any means.
I remember when Shinedown first came out.
Yeah,
Mud and all that,
Yeah, 03. You had Seether there. They've been around for a long time.
Yes.
You had Fozzy, who is Chris Jericho's band. Jericho can sing.
Yeah.
I didn't know Chris Jericho could sing. The man can sing. I didn't know that. I give him props. He's an entertainer. In the ring or out of the ring, he does it all. Jericho does all of it, man. So I was
find something after his day job, don't you think?
Yeah, It was very cool to see him perform because they were the second band up out of the 5. They were the second band up, so it was kind of cool. And it's interesting how every band has a different setup. It's like in between the bands, they'd pull everybody's stuff off. The next band's drums would be put in place. They would put speakers or screens or whatever they had in place for the next band up. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, I enjoyed it. But again, like I said, there were some people there in a mask. Some people were not. Like I said, I'm going to Disney World next week. I have to wear a mask inside rides and inside stores at Disney. That's their requirement. That's their mask mandates at Disney World. So I have to wear a mask, and I wear a mask in the grocery store every once in a while too, because you know what? I'd rather wear it than get the virus. That's just me.
Right.
I'm vaccinated. I'm fully vaccinated. So, but it is what it is. I don't want to get sick.
No, of course not.
I don't want to get sick.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I understand the whole California thing.
Right.
So I completely understand. So now what is it? So you have to be fully vaccinated or wear a mask to go to a Golden State game or the
Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, and the Kings as well.
The Kings too. Okay, so Sacramento. Yeah. Okay. Now
the LA Kings as well. We're talking also those Kings.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Did I say Kings? I meant the Lakers. My fault.
Well, no, because there's the Kings and the Sacramento Kings.
Well, yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah.
So
hockey
games as well.
Okay, so it's hockey too. Now, so that would be true. That would be true for the Kings, Ducks, and Sharks, right? Because it would be those 3 teams in California. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And another thing that's getting ready to kick off next week too is hockey. Hockey is another topic
Wednesday
we can get into too.
But I don't like the television deal that much.
Oh, well, that starts this season, right, with ESPN.
Yeah, but their schedule is screwed. I mean, they're only getting 28 games. They have a long break between October and and ABC will start the day after Thanksgiving, but then they won't have a game back till after the Olympics. But there's
like a month that they don't play hockey at all.
Well, they're going to the Olympics, so they'll take the break regardless even if they go or not, because that's already been determined, and they're not going to be able to play it back. But ABC will have the Thanksgiving game the day after, rather, and then come back after the Olympics, are over, and they'll do Saturday afternoons. So, but NBC's coverage was much better. This is just gonna suck.
Well, I wonder why. Why would ESPN only agree to certain days of the week to do games? That's kind of crappy, in my opinion.
Well, don't forget they're tied up with the NBA as well.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forget about that. You're right. They had a lot of NBA games. You're correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
NBA, WNBA.
Right.
Co-ed naked volleyball.
That would be Cool. Let's watch.
That's on the Ocho channel. Oh
no. That would be good. So let's.
It's all ad lib.
Yeah, exactly.
No script here.
Let's look at they had some predictions for the NHL season. This is the Athletic, and unfortunately, I can only access the Athletic on my phone. I don't have access on my laptop because I haven't logged in.
I trust the Athletic though.
Let me search here, Lewis, because they said something about they had predictions for the upcoming NHL season.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see.
Well, I'll make one prediction right now.
Go ahead.
I know you're gonna think I'm crazy for saying this, but I happen to think the Seattle Kraken may have something here. I mean, they're doing well in the preseason already, and that's an indication. I think we might see the next version of the Golden Knights pop up. I mean, I don't think the Kraken are taking it lightly.
You do know that they play each other on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
To start the season. So the two expansion teams
play
against each other.
The late game.
Yeah, the late game, correct. So they're both, they're what day was of course I can't access that. Damn it. It only goes back to the 5th. Shoot. Okay.
Oh, it's Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay.
Let me see here. All right, so here are I can't even go back and read that either. That article's old too for me. Okay. Let me go here real quick and bring up what predictions the so-called professionals have for the NHL this season. Let's see what some of their predictions are. Let's see here. I'm going to take a look here and see what pops up. See, I know ESPN will have one. Let's see. This is SI. Okay, this is Sports Illustrated. So this is one of their Adam Potro's 2021-2022 NHL predictions. Okay, so he has the Hart Trophy between Austin Matthews, Nathan McKinnon, and Alexander Barkov. So these are trophies.
Good choices.
Yeah. Let me go down here because I don't really care.
I'm gonna go Barkov.
That's trophies. I don't want trophy predictions. I want actual team predictions.
Yes.
Here's projects538.com. All right, so here's what they have. They have the Central Division being won by the Colorado Avalanche. Projected points could be 104 with a plus 40 goal differential. They have an 87% of making the playoffs, 22% making the Cup final, and 12% winning the Stanley Cup.
Not very high.
The Lightning win the Atlantic. Projected points 105. They have a plus 41 goal differential, 86% chance of making the postseason, 20% of making the Cup final, 12% repeating as Cup champions. They have the Golden Knights winning the Pacific at 104 points at a plus 38 goal differential, 88% chance of making the postseason, 22% of making the Cup final, and 12% winning the Cup. The Lightning, Avalanche, and Knights have the highest percentage of winning the Cup at 12%.
With a chance of snow.
They have the Rangers projected possible points, Lewis, at 93 points with a plus 4 goal differential, 51% chance of making the postseason, a 5% chance of making the Cup final, and a 2% chance of winning the Stanley Cup.
Oh, drop dead.
Well, I'm just saying that's a prediction. These are somebody's numbers. Okay, so the Seattle Kraken, they have them having 89 possible points with a minus 8 goal differential, a 45% chance of making the postseason, 3% chance of making the Cup final, and a 1% chance of winning the Stanley Cup. 1%.
1%.
And then, so here are all the teams that they have listed of not even getting to the Cup final, or not even winning a Stanley Cup. Vancouver, Phoenix, Chicago, LA, Ottawa, San Jose, Columbus, Anaheim, the New Jersey Devils, the Detroit Red Wings. Who do you think is dead last in their prediction?
Dead last?
Dead last. Dead last in their predictions.
Of the teams we already mentioned, or?
Oh yeah, none of the teams I already mentioned are down there. This is the team. This team should be easy for dead last in the National Hockey League.
The Red Wings.
Nope, they have them. They have them second to last. The Buffalo Sabres. They have the Sabres at a
Might be cool though.
80 points with a minus 37 goal differential, a 14% chance of making the postseason. They have under a percentage of going to the Stanley Cup final and an under percentage of going to win the Stanley Cup. So they have.
Someone called Dominic Hasek out of retirement already.
Well, you're gonna call Ed Belfour too.
So those are the predictions. Some of the predictions that they have.
Sorry about that, gentlemen.
No,
we were having a crisis, so I had to intervene.
You okay? Everything all right?
Yeah. The phone went in the laundry, and yeah. It was a bit of a moment. I don't want to get into too many specifics here on the
it'd be a good
on the interwebs, but yeah, we were having a bit of a moment. I apologize for that. And so I had to go and I had to deal with that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was late.
They dropped in the toilet.
I don't know. Both are pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Here is Bleacher Report's predictions by division. So they have the Metro.
Don't trust those guys.
They have the Metro being won by the New York Islanders. New York Islanders as the Metro.
Yuck.
The Atlantic Division is won by the Lightning. The Central Division is won by Colorado. The Avalanche. The Pacific Division still belongs to Vegas. That's what it says right here. Vegas. So those are the four. Every division. Let me see what else, because I know there's more than just those four. Let's see here.
At least they're going back to the divisional names now with the corporate stuff. I mean, that was kind of stupid.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah. Here are. Let's see. Anything else? What did I have up for Darren Drager? What was he tweeting about? Hang on a second. Let me bring this up real quick.
Yeah, I don't
there was a tweet from Darren Drager here real quick that I must have put in here for some off-the-wall reasons. Let me see what exactly. Oh, okay. It's about Jack Eichel. Sources say that Eichel's saga may be shifting. Ongoing discussions. Additional access to Eichel's medical file has been helped teams with trade interest clearly seeing his situation. Both sides are hopeful something can be worked out soon with one of the clubs in the mix. So that's about the Jack Eichel stuff in Buffalo.
I'm having a day.
If you guys know that they stripped the C from him in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, I heard that. What was that? 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, they stripped the C from him. So yeah. Oh, speaking of that, guys, I don't know if you heard about this, but Kari Price,
yes,
he's going into the assistance program, the player assistant program for mental health.
Yeah, I saw that.
What is your guys' take on that? Here's a guy that was in the Stanley Cup Finals. Do you think that had something to do why he's in there? I mean, do you think that's down, or I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know. I mean, I don't know his.
They kind of got throttled in the series. I can see that being. It wasn't really close, and he didn't really play well.
Right. Okay.
Let me see if this will work again.
Because I'm just curious. I mean, again, to see him in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, and then now,
entering
is
and it's not. I don't know. It's mental. I don't know. It may have been something that he probably should have done 10 years ago, and probably a lot of guys should have done. And now the NHL is finally starting to take it seriously. And so the help is finally available. And there isn't that stigma of being a badass hockey player. No days off kind of deal.
Right.
And, we undervalue our mental health.
Yeah,
we do.
We're so focused on the grind. We're so focused on nobody cares, work harder, and we sacrifice our mental health as just as much as our physical health for that next that next moment, the next day, the next dollar, the next shot at glory. And to take a step back and say, I'm not right. I need help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It takes a big man to say, I'm not right. I need help. I don't understand what's going on.
Right.
And and I'll never fault someone for taking
I won't either.
taking a mental health break to get themselves right, to be better.
Yeah.
It's better for him to do this and get right than for him to just quit and walk away. But I don't care. I'm done.
Yeah.
To actually admit that he has a problem, as opposed to being another statistic. Another guy that offs himself at 45 because he just can't handle it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Another junior Seau. It's tragic and gut wrenching as that is. I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, and I don't take me the wrong.
No, of course not.
The thing is, is to say that we don't end up with more junior Seau's, more guys in their 50s, in their mid 40s committing suicide because they just can't live with themselves anymore, because the glory days are gone, and because they never had it. They never got to the top. They got close, but they never got to the top.
Right.
A couple of chances they did have, they couldn't get it done, and it it makes you feel like you got to hear it. They see the tweets, they read the Morning Post, they hear about how much of a bum they are. They've all got social media. They scroll their social medias just like everybody else, and they know that they're a bum. They know. I saw a statistic that the Yankees have spent over $2 billion on payroll since 2009, since they won in the last 12 years.
Yeah.
And those guys know how much they were paid, and they hear it, and they know how much they've underperformed.
Mhm.
And I can't imagine being somebody on a bad team, going out there grinding every day and not being able to get ahead, not being able to get that out, and how much it just must eat them up, not being able to make that save, and how much it must just eat them alive.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, like you said, but I'm sure glad that he decided to go in. I mean, another guy that you can kind of say kind of struggled with mental health or with his addiction issues was the guy that's starting Robin Lanier, who's a starting goaltender in Vegas now.
Oh yeah.
He struggled with alcoholism and drugs when he was in Buffalo, and he got clean. His wife told him, "Hey, you need to go get help." And he, like you said, sometimes it takes a man to say, "You know what?"
It takes a real man to admit that he's got a problem.
Correct. Yeah. I need help, and he finally went and got help, and he cleaned up, and he kind of brought his career back with the Islanders, and now he's a starting goaltender in Vegas.
He's the man in Vegas. I mean, and going back to that point about being a bum, he was people said he was a bum in Buffalo, couldn't get the job done.
Yep. Well, and then on top of that, Corey Price playing in Montreal, that's like playing in New York or Los Angeles. That's a big media market in Canada.
Yeah.
Montreal.
Yeah, it's the biggest hockey market in the world, man.
Yep. So there you go.
I mean, it's the New York, it's the Montreal are the Yankees of hockey.
Right.
They expect to win. They expect to be there every year, and they expect to
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, again, the season guy starts next week.
Yeah, the 12th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tuesday.
Excuse me. That ball is smoked, and it hit off. Did it go out?
No, it hit the one of the rings.
Ooh.
But where was that ring? Where was that ring? Was that ring?
Run. It's a home run. He got a home run.
What I was wondering is, if was that ring?
Well, Lewis, we're watching the Rays Red Sox game. Divisional.
I figured.
So I mean, obvious. And then earlier today, we could talk baseball now. Earlier today, the Astros beat the White Sox.
Yep.
Game 1.
Can I just had one quick question about the NHL before we move on.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you guys talked about it while I was indisposed, but the what I wanted to bring up was what do you think it's going to be like for the guys who are unvaccinated and coming back? You know, I know that I read a report a couple weeks ago. The NHL was reporting, 98% of their players were vaccinated, and
Right.
How do you think it's gonna? Okay, let's say you guys are both vaccinated. All three of us are vaccinated. How would you feel about somebody who chose not to get vaccinated for anything other than medical reasons? Like they think they have an allergy to, they're allergic to an ingredient, which would make sense. You don't want to get vaccinated if you can't be. But somebody who chose for anything, for personal reasons, not medical. How would you feel about that? And then they get sick, and they have to miss 10 days, or they come in close contact. Let's say they don't even, not necessarily get sick, but they come in close contact with somebody who's been, who's sick, and now they have to miss 10 days, and they come back. How would you guys feel about that?
Well, that's why I think you should get vaccinated so that you wouldn't have to miss the 10 days. Because if you're not getting vaccinated for whatever reason, you're letting your team down, and yourself down, unless you got for medical beliefs. Other than that, though, I think that you owe it to your team and yourself and your family to get the shot. Look, you may feel like hell for a day or two, but that's gonna be normal. I mean, my arm was sore, when I got the first shot, and grew the third nipple, which was pretty painful enough. But
right,
yeah.
Oddly enough, he already had that third nipple, so
very funny. Yeah, but
I aim to please.
Mm-hmm. But I think for your own,
but
the team, you should get the shot because you're just letting everybody down if you don't, and it's gonna hurt your team, and it's gonna hurt throughout the league as well. And no player should have to suffer through that. Just take the damn shot.
No, I agree. I to answer his question, I agree, Bud, with you. I think too. I mean, think about this. I know some coaches are very strict, with vaccinated players. So imagine this: you don't get the vaccination, right? Now when you go on the road, all your teammates get to go out to dinner and whatever. You get your butt stuck in a hotel room. You want to go through that again? I'm good. I'd rather take the shots. So
and how would how do the vaccinated players feel about it?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now you're letting me. You've been on quarantine for the last 10 days. You've missed 4 games. We've been out here grinding, and you've been sitting back in the hotel room hanging out.
Yep. Yeah. That's going to be hard to win your teammates back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I had on that. You can continue.
All right. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's a good question to ask. They're towards the end of it, but yeah, the postseason has started for baseball.
So it has.
The ALDSs both started today, so that means the NLDSs must start tomorrow. So
tomorrow or Saturday.
Is the day game?
Probably tomorrow.
Is the day game? It's got to be the Brewers, right? I'm imagining it's the Brewers and who's the other? Who's the
Dodgers?
Dodgers are playing the Giants. So who's the other?
Right.
It's got to be Milwaukee.
Braves. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that in Milwaukee?
I think it is in Milwaukee. I think they. Let me see. I think they had the better record of the two teams.
Yeah.
Let's see here real quick. See when the schedule starts. Okay, so yes, they both start tomorrow. It's the Brewers and the Braves and the Giants and the Dodgers. This is the first time in Major League Baseball history that the two teams that are playing in the DS both have over 100 wins, and it is rivals, of course. Why would it not
be?
Of course.
The Dodgers
should be a great series.
Yeah, the first two games, guys, in the Atlanta-Milwaukee series starts in. They have game 1 is tomorrow. Game 2 is Saturday.
Do we have a time for that game tomorrow?
4:37 p.m. on TBS.
Sweet, I will be out of work.
3:37 Central Time. If you're on the
Sweet, I will be out of work.
it'll be Charlie Morton versus Burns. I don't know what his first name is. C. Burns. So for the Brewers. So
Oh, the White Sox and Stros play tomorrow afternoon.
yeah, the Astros are up 1-0 after leading 6-1 today.
Yeah.
6-1 today. The winning pitcher was Lance McCullers. And then you have tomorrow is Chris Sale versus Shane Baez. The Rays Red Sox series. That's a 7:02 start on FS1.
Should be a good game.
Game 3 is on Sunday, the 10th. That's the day I go on vacation. It's a 4:07 first pitch. But yeah, and then of course the Dodgers and Giants are at 9:37 tomorrow.
Okay.
PM, and then 9:07 p.m. for game 2 on Saturday.
Oh dear God.
Then they have 2 days off, or day off. I'm sorry, excuse me, day off because they're not Monday on Columbus Day. Their game 3 is in Los Angeles, so they start the series in San Francisco.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they start in San Francisco, then it shifts to Los Angeles, and then it goes back to San Francisco for a game 5. So
I just turned it on to the Arkansas State Coastal Carolina game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the players is being ambulanced out of the stadium. He was an Arkansas State player. He appeared to be awake and alert, but he's on the backboard. Next all. Yeah.
That's dangerous. That's not good news.
Yeah.
We can go to college football if you want. We can talk about that if you want. Since
Yeah.
go into
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I would have to say I did watch a little bit of the Michigan Wisconsin game over the weekend.
What a ball game, boys.
They are a good football team. The Gators, of course, had to step up.
They kind of shit the bed, didn't they?
Yeah, with Kentucky. Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. They had over 100 yards in penalties. That's what happened.
That'll do it.
Undisciplined, the game, but on top of that, Kentucky's been playing Florida tough the last few seasons.
Yeah.
Those teams that Kentucky and Missouri are the thorns in the side of Florida, other than Georgia and Tennessee. But Missouri and Kentucky have been the two teams that have been the thorns in the side of Florida for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Kentucky was bound to win one eventually.
This is the second one they've won in like 5 years.
Resume.
Yeah. So Coastal Carolina, what channel is that Coastal Carolina game?
ESPNU.
ESPNU?
Yes.
Yeah, they just came back. I'm wondering. I'm guessing it was on the kickoff, maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was the first play after the I don't know what happened because I turned it on and they're with a serious injury like that, they're probably not going to replay it.
I wouldn't do it.
Coastal Carolina's up 24-0. Am I reading that right?
Yes, sir. And then I hate to be that guy. Excuse me. I always seem to be doing that, giving terrible updates.
Yes.
Well, that's okay.
So I'm not sure who he was. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I just found out after you said it, so I tuned.
Yeah, I knew this game was on, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it, and I finally, I found it, and
Yeah.
So by the time I found it, whatever happened had happened, and
it was an Arkansas State player, right?
I believe so. They had his pads, they had all his gear was off him, let him down to his undershirt.
Touchdown.
If you guys want a soccer update, I got one for you. U.S. over Jamaica right now, 2-0 in the second half.
There you go.
I'd seen they were up 1-0. I hadn't seen they gotten another goal.
That's men's soccer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
World Cup qualifying.
Good.
I've
I hope they
seen
make
that.
the World Cup. It would be nice to see them in the World Cup.
it's on ESPN too. That's where that was. I'd seen it on my television somewhere. I'm trying to get my computer to cooperate, but it decided to kick me off the internet, and then it decided it needed a restart, and it's been one of them days, gentlemen.
Had that happen too.
So I'm on my phone right now. So
Let me
of course I
bring
don't have.
the college football games for the weekend.
Right, I said you'd watched a little bit of the Michigan game.
I did. But, yep.
And what I've been impressed with so far this season is the ability to make adjustments on the fly. I haven't seen that in 10, 15 years. It's just making adjustments as the game's going on. Something's not working, go to something else. If something is working, stay with it. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what happens tomorrow night or Saturday night in Lincoln. I think Nebraska's a paper tiger. Looking at their numbers, they're very pedestrian, very average numbers. They played Oklahoma close, but Oklahoma's not the same team that they've been for the last 5 years. Oklahoma's playing down to their competition.
Right.
MSU is still figuring things out. I don't know how good or bad they are. We'll see here in a couple weeks. And then they beat Buffalo, and who else did they beat? Buffalo, Northwestern, and there was somebody else in there, and I forget who they did. Another crappy team that they beat. I'm not sold on Nebraska. I think that it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. I think they've gotten. Then they lost to Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois, Michigan State, and one other team, Oklahoma. And they played them close, but they still haven't won. And there's no moral victories.
Well, I was gonna say tomorrow night you got 2 games. Tomorrow night you have Temple at number 5 Cincinnati, who I picked over Notre Dame. For that one.
Good call. Good call.
Cincinnati is a 29-point favorite with the over/under being 54.
They should roll.
Forget it.
They can't afford any kind of hiccup. If they lose anything, they're done.
Right.
Game will be over in the second quarter. Come on.
It should be. They should roll.
What
a save.
The other game is Stanford at Arizona State. The Sun Devils are a 13-point underdog, and the over/under is 51.5.
That could be more competitive.
That should be more competitive. I like Stanford, but ASU covers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that too.
The noon game on Saturday starts the Red River. They call it. They don't call it the shootout anymore. They call it the rivalry because I guess that's the terminology now. Oklahoma's
politically correct term.
3-point favorite with the over/under being 63.5 in that game.
Oklahoma rules.
Oklahoma against who again?
Texas.
Where is that? Is that in Norman or is that in Austin?
It's in Dallas.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with Texas.
Why is it? God, I hate regular season games.
That's the Cotton Bowl in Dallas.
Yeah.
Connect with you.
The next game, guys, at noon is Maryland at Ohio State. The Buckeyes are a 21-point favorite. The over/under being 71.
Buckeyes all the way.
Yeah, do you take the under though?
Yeah, I was gonna say take the under. I don't think there's gonna be that many points scored.
Okay.
I don't. You're really. I don't know. Maryland can muster 10.
Tua's brother plays for the
Yeah.
Terrapins. So
correct. Yep.
You have Sparty against Rutgers. In
Sparty.
5.5 is the over. What's the line?
Spartan.
The over is 51.
Spartan.
What's the Spartans by how much?
5.5.
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah, give me Sparty and the
They're going
points.
to kill Rutgers.
That's
They should, yeah.
the next game, guys, at noon is Arkansas at Ole Miss. Both of these teams lost last week to Georgia and Alabama.
They need bounce back games, both of them.
Arkansas.
Ole Miss is a 5.5 point favorite with the over under being
Is it in?
6.5. It's in
Is
Oxford.
Is it in?
It's in
It's
Oxford.
in Oxford.
It's in Ole Miss is at home. Ole Miss is at home.
5.5.
5.5.
Give me the under, but give me Ole Miss.
Ole
Give
Miss.
me Ole Miss in the under.
Okay.
Or not the. I'm sorry.
Arkansas.
Give me Ole Miss.
And Arkansas.
Give me the cover. And what was the point spread? Or what was the points?
The points. It's 66.5.
Oh yeah. Give me Ole Miss. Give me Arkansas to cover and the under at 66.5.
Yeah.
That's a lot of. You're asking for a lot of points.
Okay. The next one, guys, is Vanderbilt at Florida. The Gators are a 39.
Give me Florida. Give me the points. Give me the over.
59. It's 59.5 is the over under in that game. The next,
Florida should score 60 on their own.
Yeah.
the 3:30 game is usually the CBS SEC game, and that's Georgia at Auburn. The
Should be a
Bulldogs are
good ball game.
1.5 point favorite. The over under is 46.5.
Georgia.
What was that point spread?
The point spread is 15.5 for Georgia. Over under is 46.5.
Georgia wins.
Give me
but
Give me
Auburn-
Georgia the cover and under.
The next 3:30 game, guys, is Boise State versus BYU. BYU is at home. They're a 6-point favorite with the over under being 57.
Take the Cougars.
Yeah, I like BYU. I think they cover. I think they. Yeah, give me BYU give me BYU the points and the over.
Okay. The next one, guys, is the number 19 Demon Deacons on the road against the
Wake?
Orangemen. Wake is a
Syracuse?
6-point favorite. The over under is 57.5.
Give me Wake. Give me the Wake by 10.
Wake by 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the under. I don't think it'll get to. What did you say? 56.
57.5.
Yeah. I don't think it'll get that high.
The next one, gentlemen, is the number 24 SMU Mustangs on the road in Annapolis to play the Navy Midshipmen. SMU is a 13.5 point favorite with the over-under being 55.5.
SMU all the way.
SMU, the points, and the over.
Here's a big game at 4 o'clock in the Big Ten. Penn State at Iowa.
Yeah.
The Hawkeyes are only a 1.5 point favorite with the over-under being 41. That's going to be a great
Penn
ball
State.
game.
Penn State.
That's a great ball game in the Big Ten right there. That's I would love to see Penn State win. They need to have a big win during the season. That's who I would predict to win that. I guess Adam must be trying his computer. I'll wait because the next game is the Michigan game, so I'll wait till he comes back. Lewis, I want to make.
Yeah, I think I got the point.
Yeah, I want to make sure that he.
Right.
That he's here to talk. Looks like the Lightning are up 6-2 over the Panthers in the regular season. Yeah, okay. I know those two got chippy on Monday between each other. There he is.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, but I was going to hold up because the next game we were going to talk about was the Michigan game. They're at Nebraska. They're a 3-point favorite, and the over-under is being 50.5.
50.5.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah, give me Michigan. Give me the points, and give me the over. I got Michigan 42-14.
Yeah.
I really don't think that Nebraska is all that in a bag of chips.
Well, Nebraska is 3-3 right now. They're 1-2 with
right.
Yeah.
But they beat Northwestern and who else, and somebody else crappy.
Yeah.
And so I just don't see them. I don't think they hang with Michigan.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I just don't. And even as a Slappy and a homer, I just don't see Nebraska having any answers for that Michigan rush. And unless the only thing I'm worried about is Martinez out of the pocket. As long as they contain him, keep him in the pocket, make him throw the ball. I'd play a lot of 3-down, 3 linebacker, and 3-down 3, and 5 in coverage. Don't give him anywhere to throw, and just come up and make the tackle. Michigan's been real good about tackling. Holy Tulane leads this ball game.
Wow.
The next game, guys, is Notre Dame at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. The line actually is a push. As the line is a push, and the over/under is 47.
Ooh, in Blacksburg. I'd love to see it. Hate Notre Dame.
One of the coolest.
One of the coolest entrances.
With Enter Sandman.
Yes.
So
it was so cool. They had the special Friday night kickoff game, and they had the place rocking. It was rocking so hard that they set off the Richter scale.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Notre Dame.
You think Notre Dame?
Notre Dame?
Are you taking the over or the under?
I'm gonna take the over.
Over? Okay. The next game is LSU at Kentucky. The Wildcats are a 3-point favorite at home, and the over/under is 51.
I'll take LSU, but I don't think they're gonna get to 51.
Okay.
Now LSU and who?
Kentucky. In Lexington.
Where is Lexington? LSU. What's the spread?
The Wildcats are a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, and the over/under was 50.
51.
51.
Yep.
Give me the Wildcats. Give me the points and the under. I think Kentucky is a scary team in the SEC for everybody but Alabama and Georgia.
Okay.
After knocking, they smell blood. There's blood in the water, and they're coming for SEC heads.
Yes.
I mean, they've been a basketball school forever, and they're nothing more than football players would love to do than dunk on some of these SEC powerhouses. After knocking off Florida last week, they're a scary team. Watch out.
The next one, guys, is the 8:00 game on CBS. It's number 1 Alabama on the road at College Station to play the Aggies. The Tide are 18-point favorites, with the over/under being 51.
Alabama the points and the over.
Okay.
Kentucky A&M will score some points, but Alabama rolls.
Alabama wins, but Texas A&M will cover.
Okay. You're gonna take the over too?
Over. Okay. The last top 25 game is New Mexico on the road against San Diego State. San Diego State is a 19.5-point favorite, with the over/under being 42.5.
Give me the Aztecs. Give me the points and the over.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
Okay.
New Mexico sucks.
Yeah.
And I expect the Aztecs to have their way with them.
Yeah. Should be a laugher.
Okay.
Unless you're in.
Can move on now, guys, to the pro. Go ahead.
A couple more things. Did you see that running back at Oregon is out for the rest of the year?
I saw that. Yes.
Yeah, it was a shoulder injury, I think, or a knee, something I don't remember. And then just going back to the Wisconsin game because I was nervous about it. Going in. We hadn't won in Madison in 20 years, 5 straight losses, and gave up a big touchdown at the end of the first half, and came out and made adjustments and shut them down, knocked the quarterback out, and going into the fourth quarter, it was 20-10 going into the fourth quarter, and I knew when they came back from break, they showed jump around. The famous thing that Wisconsin does is jump around. And when they started doing jump around and Michigan was in it, I knew it was over right there.
Right.
I knew that was all she wrote.
The players were doing it on the sideline.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. It was the players, the coaches, everybody was into it.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Anyway, if you want to run over to the NFL, I'm gonna go down because I'm gonna go down and snap a picture of my Wi-Fi, my router, and see if I can get back on the internet on my laptop.
Good luck.
Good luck, buddy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm
we can go through the NFL games this weekend, Lewis, if you want.
All right.
Oh,
Easy.
oh, that was my ankle.
Oh.
That was my bad ankle too. It caught, and I put all my weight on it, and it tried to pop on me. Ugh.
Ow. We can feel that on you here.
I bet. So if you want to go ahead and get started on that, I'm going to see if I can grab a picture of this.
It looks like we have a game in London this weekend.
We do.
The Jets and the Falcons. The line is the Falcons are a 2.5-point favorite, and the over/under is 45.
You like the Jets?
Yeah.
Jets. Okay. All right.
Falcons suck.
Don't they though?
They seem to find themselves in the lead and they blow it away. They can't hold the lead.
Yeah. Well, how can you when all your footballs are deflated?
Right. The start the 1:00 games on Sunday. Green Bay is on the road in Cincinnati. The Packers are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 50.5.
Packers.
Okay, I would agree with that. The next game up is Detroit on the road in Minnesota. The Vikings are a 10-point favorite with the over/under being 49. So the Vikings
all the way. I mean, Detroit, well, I can say that is.
Yeah, the Vikings are, I would have to say I go with Minnesota on that one as well. Yeah. You have Denver on the road against Pittsburgh.
Denver.
The line, it's a push, so there's no favorite. The over/under is 39.5 for Denver against Pittsburgh.
Broncos.
Pittsburgh
is done this year. Pittsburgh's done.
The next game is Miami on the road in Tampa. The Bucks are a 10-point favorite. The over/under being 40. Bucks, I would say Tampa Bay should roll after barely beating the New England Patriots this weekend. Another 1:00 game is the Saints at the Washington football team. The Saints are only a 2-point favorite with the over/under being 43.5.
Taking the Saints.
The Saints. I would agree with you on that. I think Jameis is going to have a good game. Their defense is good too.
Winston.
The next 1:00 game is Philadelphia on the road against Carolina. The Panthers are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 45.
I'm going to take the Eagles on that.
The Eagles, okay. The next game is Tennessee at Jacksonville. The Titans are
okay. Jacksonville's going for the worst record in history. Why would they stop now?
Jacksonville's losing streak is at 19, by the way, in case anyone out there is counting.
They're going to go for the record, so I'm going to go on the Titans. I mean, Titans are going to break the record anyway.
The next
we suck.
The next 1 o'clock game is New England on the road against Houston. The Patriots are a 9-point favorite. The over-under is 39.5.
I'm taking the Patriots anyway.
Yep, I will agree with that.
Okay.
The next one is the 4 o'clock kickoff. That's Chicago on the road in Vegas to play the Raiders.
Raiders.
Raiders are a 5.5-point favorite with the over-under being 44. Here's a good 4 o'clock game. Cleveland on the road against the Chargers. That's a good football game. 2-point favorite for the and then the I'm gonna take Los Angeles there. I think Hubert. It's gonna be a good football game. I think it's gonna be close.
For sure.
That should be a close football game. The next one is the Giants on the road against the Cowboys.
My boys.
7.5-point favorite. The over-under is 52 in that game. The 4:25 game is San Francisco at Arizona.
Arizona with the running backs in a collapse with 49ers, I can't see it happening.
Okay, so I'd say Arizona as well.
Yeah.
The Sunday night game is also pretty damn good. Buffalo on the road against Kansas City, the rematch of the AFC Championship game from last year.
Kansas City's looking horrible this year. I gotta go with the Bills.
You know what, Lewis? I'm going to go with Buffalo, too. Kansas City turns the ball over too much.
Yeah.
They have a turnover issue in Kansas City. The Monday night game is Indianapolis on the road against Baltimore. So,
quote the Raven, nevermore.
Quote the Raven, nevermore. Edgar Allan Poe. Great poet. So, are the Jets on a bye week this week? Oh, no. They're playing
London.
They're in London. I'm sorry. They're in London playing the Falcons. Okay. So right now the game is 7-3 at the half. The Seahawks just missed a field goal at the half. They just missed a field goal during the half. So I did catch an article today, speaking of the National Football League. They reached television ratings of the so as high as the 2015 season. 4 weeks into the season, so that's how much people have come back.
17% from last year.
Yep, so it's up. What was your thought? Speaking of New England and the Bucs, what was your thought on Tom Brady going back home?
I really thought the crowd was going to boom. I do, because you know how fans can get when a player returns.
Right.
Like, how dare you show your face in here, you miserable son of a bitch. You left us to go with Tampa. What you do is you go for nothing.
No, there was a lot of fans, I think. Yeah, no, Lewis, you're exactly right. There were a lot of fans, I think, that were like that. They did not want him. And you know what?
No, home, you traitor.
Had Nick Folk made that field goal, you know how many people would have gone on New England radio the next morning and clowned him? Oh, right. Tom, you left. See what happens when you leave.
You dirty son of a bitch.
See what happens when you leave us. Yeah.
I can tell the sports will be all over it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or that other station.
Nesson would have been all over that.
I meant the radio guys like WEEI, which is a bunch of anyway. Yep. They suck. They're horrible.
Yep. So
in case you're wondering, I get that on the internet. In case you're wondering, how would you get that? You're in Jersey, and that's Massachusetts. How the hell would you know about that? Modern technology, people. Any questions?
Just wait till the signal changes on the AM dial.
Games from Canada though on the AM dial at night.
Some other NFL news, guys. It looks like that the Chicago Bears could be moving out of Soldier Field soon.
Yeah, I've heard that. They've been kicking that around for a couple of years now.
They purchased 326 acres in Arlington Park.
Yep.
So Bears.
I really can't.
I don't know. It would be weird. Me and my dad were talking about that last Sunday. We were discussing that, and the thing about it is Soldier Field's damn near 100 years old now. It had a facelift about 20 years ago, and you gotta wonder about the bones.
Yeah. Well, they're playing there since '71, so
right.
But I just can picture it. Them leaving Soldier Field. That's legendary, and they won the Super Bowl there. I mean, produced all the great players like.
Well, it's 50 years old, and it was the height of technology 50 years ago, and it had an upgrade 20 years ago. And the thing about it is I don't know the structural integrity of the ballpark from the bottom up. And it may need a total rebuild from the ground up.
Maybe.
And then if you're going to do that, you might as well build somewhere new. If you're going to have to knock it down, pick it up, and move it out anyway, you can. If it's still, I'm not saying it's unstructurally sound. What I'm saying is to do the renovations properly. It may be in the best interest of Chicago and the Bears to go ahead and just build a whole new stadium. You build a whole new stadium, and then in a couple of years when it's ready, you move out of Soldier Field and move into the new ballpark, as opposed to trying to play in Champaign, playing where the Illini play for 2 years. Well,
how are they playing?
Soldier Field's under construction again. And seeing as if you're going to have to tear Soldier Field all the way down to the ground and rebuild it up again, you might as well just take that money, invest it in somewhere new where you can plan it out and lay it out how you really want it. Whereas with Soldier Field, you're confined to just doing it in the footprint of Soldier Field.
Yeah.
If you want to put in, look at all the things that have changed since the upgrade even 20 years ago. Now you've got smart cars, you've got hybrid cars that need charging. You've got all the cell phone technology, all that stuff that, the lab, the internet and Wi-Fi and having to upgrade all that stuff and bringing in all new, and bringing in fiber optic cable and running fiber optic for the stadium. And it's probably cheaper and easier and safer to just build a whole new ballpark. And, and you get yourself a shiny new stadium. And, if they put a dome on it, if they make that a dome state or even a retractable dome, like some of the other new ballparks, like the one out in California, the one they built for the Rams and the Chargers, you can entice the NFL to bring Super Bowl to Chicago.
Yep.
With a Soldier Field, even if you do a full renovation on Soldier Field, tear it down, and you're not going to be able to get that done in 8 months. From the end of January to the beginning of August of the following. If the Bears make a Super Bowl run, let's say in the off chance that they do make a Super Bowl run, you're looking at you could have football at the end of January, and you're looking at the beginning of February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and you're going to need the stadium ready to go. And if you got to tear it all the way down, it could be 2 years before you get, so you might as well just build a whole new park. Plus, you get the chance to build it how you want. You get to set up the parking how you want. You put all these new amenities in, more luxury boxes, fiber optic cables running, and a better traffic flow, and all that.
Yeah, in Chicago, I heard the traffic out there is murder.
That's just Chicago for you.
Yeah.
But
the Boston, LA, and New York are worse.
Right. But not by much.
Well, guys, that's all I really have. So, is there anything that you guys wanted to add in before we get off of here?
Yeah. I got to find it real quick. Like I said, I like to do the power rankings from week 4 on. So, at 32, bringing up the rear, I have Jacksonville. The turmoil there is I don't see them getting any better anytime soon.
Urban Meyer was doing some strange stuff in that bar.
Yeah. Hearing the whole story about how he missed the team flight to go to
that's bullshit.
That at first I was like, he's a grown ass man, he do what he wants.
Yeah.
But to find out that he skipped the team flight and skipped team meetings and was not being being attentive, that's bullshit.
Yep.
I'll give you that. I was like, who cares? If he was being unfaithful to his wife, that's between him and his wife.
Right.
But he was being unfaithful to the team, and that's between him and the team.
Right.
We always my wife.
$2 a gallon pizza place. But and so that's where I was thought that I thought that my first thought was, who gives a crap? He's a grown ass man. He do what he wants. He wants to make he wants to make
out of the press. We don't need to know that stuff.
He wants to make a fool of himself for Then come to find out that he was missing team meetings and he skipped a team flight. Yeah, that's a bad look.
Right.
At 31, I've got Detroit. That's a dumpster fire squared.
Well,
This was I gotta find it here. Dan Campbell's quote from the other day. It is in. Is it this one? Yeah. So this was Dan quote and his presser today. Coffee doesn't get the job done anymore. I've progressed to harder stuff. It's been snowing in Allen Park, and I'll leave it at that. Quote unquote. I've been saying he's a clown since day one. Do I need any more evidence?
No.
Nope.
Next. Moving on, I've got the Giants at 30. That may be unfair, but it's still early, and we'll see where we're at. At 29, I got the Jets.
2 in a row.
Did they? We'll see where they are in a couple weeks. And they got room to grow. Atlanta at 28, and that could did the bottom from 28 to 30. You move those anywhere you want.
Yeah, you could.
At 27 right now, I have Miami. I got Houston at 26.
You have a problem.
Minnesota at 25. Chicago at 24. What's that?
Said Houston, we have a problem there.
Yes, certainly you do.
That.
After week 1, they looked good. And then Tyrod Taylor had to go and get hurt again.
Yeah.
And it's all come off the rails.
Yep.
23, I've got Pittsburgh. 22 is Philly. 21 is Washington. Denver at 20. I'm not sold on the Broncos yet.
No.
I need to see more from them. I need to see them beat a real team. They got shellacked by Kansas City, so at 19, and this may not be fair, but I think it's kind of where they fit right now. I got the Patriots at 19. I've got Indy at 18, Tennessee at 17, New Orleans at 16, Cincinnati at 15, Carolina at 14, San Francisco at 13, Dallas at 12, Oakland, even though they lost, even though they lost to the Chargers, I still have them 11, and I have the Chargers 10. I have Cleveland at 9, the Rams at 8, Arizona at 7. I'm not sold on the Cardinals yet. Still want to see more from them. A little too early to put them up in the top 5.
Right.
At 6, I've got Baltimore, Green Bay at 5, Seattle at 4, Buffalo at 3, KC at 2, and Tampa Bay at 1. I know a lot of people haven't have moved KC way down on their list.
Oh yeah, you got to.
It's still too early. I still think they're the second best team.
No.
Like if they can get the defense figured out, they'll be fine. Tampa needs to.
I don't think they beat Buffalo this week, Bud, to be honest with you.
And if they don't beat Buffalo, then they'll move down, and Buffalo will move up.
Yeah.
But
logic.
With the way they played against who did they play last week? It escapes me now. Oh, Denver. KC played Denver and they beat Denver pretty handily. I think that KC, it's just early season jiggers, has Super Bowl hangover. I think they'll be fine. And then you're the king of the mountain until somebody knocks you off, and Tampa Bay is 3-1. And they played they had a couple of games like that last year where they were out of it for most of the game, and then they got close at the end. They had a handful of games like that last year before they went on their run and won the Super Bowl. So I'm not too worried about Tampa Bay just yet. Carolina was the biggest surprise, I think, of the quarter poll, being 3-1. I think they're I want to see what they do against Tampa Bay. I'm looking forward to that game. That game I think is going to be a huge game.
They don't play each other until December.
And that's going to be they'll play 2 games against each other in December.
Correct.
Those are going to be huge games. Those will have playoff implications, I think.
Yes.
If everything holds the way that it's trending right now, huge playoff implications.
Yeah.
So I guess just going back to Dan Campbell, before we get off here for the night. I don't get it. I thought he was a clown from day one. From that first press conference, everybody was going, "Oh, he's the guy. We're gonna bite kneecaps, and we're gonna." And like Herm Edwards said all them years ago, "You are what your record says you are."
That's right.
I think it was Herm. It may have been Gruden. It was one of them two.
Yeah.
You are what your record says you are, and
there they thought they were.
Yeah. And 0-4 is 0-4, and not only are they 0-4, but they've lost 3 bad games, and they gave up a 4th and 19. All you got to do is make tackle. You give up 18 and 3/4 inch yards. Game's over. Game's over.
I think the one buddy that hurt them the most was the Ravens game when they had the longest field goal kicked against them. I think that has to be the toughest loss for Detroit this year. And then last week too, they had it. They had it basically wrapped up, and they.
I thought Chicago run them over. I don't remember.
But I think the hardest loss for them so far this season has to be the Baltimore game.
Right.
The 66 field goal. I think no one expected that to happen.
No. Then they didn't play good against the Bears. They lost 24-14.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's been struggling. That's who they got this weekend.
Yep.
Cincinnati's been a nice surprise so far in the early going.
Yeah.
Joe Burrows to Jamar Chase looks like a match made in heaven so far.
That division right now is Baltimore's to lose.
I would agree.
Or Cleveland's to lose. One of the two. I mean,
I think it's kind of all three of theirs.
Pittsburgh's the team that's the enigma so far.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's the odd man out so far.
AFC North. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Cincinnati and Baltimore and Cincinnati and Cleveland. Those are going to be those should be really good games. We'll see if Joe Burrows is the real deal or not.
Yes.
Or not. With how he plays against some real good defenses.
Right.
Defenses. Holy crap.
All right, Lewis, did you want to?
Well, gentlemen, that's all I got.
Yeah. Well, you think Detroit's going to go to the playoffs? All I can say is playoffs. You mean playoffs? I don't know playoffs. The playoffs. Right. You get the idea, right?
You're just trying to win a game.
Just try to win a game.
Yeah, they just got to win a game first.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, here's the question I have for you: who wins the game first, Jacksonville or Detroit?
Detroit.
Okay.
Jacksonville's going for the losing record of all time.
Yeah. I don't think
at 19. So this is there you go.
Record's 20. They'll make it.
They got another 7 games to lose.
Don't disappoint us. Go for the record. Show how bad you really are.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the Lions have got the Falcons later on this year. So
don't forget about the show Saturday, Enhanced Sports Show, Saturday 5 to 7 Eastern Time. Of course, we'll do the MLB playoffs as we are into the divisional series now. NFL and college football predictions. We'll look at the standings as well. We'll discuss on Saturday's big fight between Fury and Wilder, or as I call it, World War III. We'll even discuss DeChambeau and Brooksy with their golf match coming the day after Thanksgiving. Oh boy!
Ooh.
Here we go.
Are they doing some kind of charity event?
No, this is just for pure ego.
Pure ego.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The best kind of ego.
So all this and more, Saturday, 5 to 7. Come if you dare.
I dare.
Yeah. 512-543-4662. I'll repeat it again, 512-543-4662. I also have an email address at lutz245@capitalgmail.com. Capitalize the Gmail, please, or you don't get squat. Well, you don't.
Well, all right, gentlemen, that is that. Yeah, we will not be on the air next week. I'll be on vacation in Orlando, so we will be off the air. But then after that will be the next 2 weeks, all the way through the month of October. We will be, back on the air as well. I want to say thank you to Sean Masse and the USF Rugby team coming on. I'm probably have them come on more often.
I hope we can. I hope we can get them back on here soon because I'd like to. I'd
Yeah.
like to talk to them. I want to apologize for being late and then having family issues to deal with. I don't apologize for having family issues, but I do apologize for being late.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I can't control what happens with the family, but I should have been here on time. That was my fault.
Yep.
I got caught in the bathroom, caught with my pants down.
Oh,
Like, I got time. I got caught. I got time. I don't have time.
So again, to Sean Masse and Murray as well, thank you guys both for coming on. I'm gonna send the link to them, guys. I'm gonna put this on YouTube right away and send the link to them. He asked me specifically to send the link so that he could share it with the rest of the team. So again,
they were a fun interview, and I hope to get to talk to them again soon.
Yeah,
we might have that opportunity to do that. But again, guys, the Walker Report is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? We are also being aired live on In the Zone Sports Talk Radio, NGSC, and Coast to Coast Entertainment. We are also sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com, the local choice in St. Petersburg, Florida for house cleaning organization, decluttering, and pet sitting. It's about finding the peace within you and adding comfort to your life. And remember, Zen Spaces begins with you. Be kind to yourself and one another. And guys, we do have a YouTube channel called The Sports Shirt Bradley Walker. Head over there to get all our shows. Fortunately, we did not have the greatest views last week, and I feel bad because the guest that we had last week was very cool with his mouthpiece thing, and we didn't have a lot of views on that show. I'm not really sure why, but I don't know. Maybe it was just the week it was. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's all could be.
Yep. But anyway, guys, before I go, as I always do, I want to thank our first responders and our men and women of our armed services. Thank you for the sacrifice that you guys do every day. We would not be able to do this without you. I want to thank these two gentlemen for joining me every Thursday as they do every week. Again, guys, we will be back not next week, the week after. So we will not be, let's see, today's date is the 7th. So we won't be back until the 21st of October. We will be back at that point. But until then, guys, I want to say thank you for everyone that tuned in to watch us here on YouTube and or on whatever social platform this was on. Until then, guys, this is Bradley Walker. Peace.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of here.